When we think about living for the glory of the Lord and delighting in the Lord, one of the key things that God has given us is the Sabbath. It's Sunday, that on that day, the believers would gather together around Him, that He would be the great attraction, and that their hearts and minds would be free from the normal cares of life, so to speak, and the need to worry about all these things, which are normal and valid, and just to give the heart to the Lord. The Puritans used to call Sunday the market day of the soul. It's like a day when we don't have to work, we just get to go to the market, and God throws open. He opens before us all the treasures that He is and all that He provides, and we come and we're allowed to just take. It is a kindness of the Lord, and the Sabbath was designed for our benefit, and we weren't designed for the Sabbath, Jesus says. So while we don't want to become legalistic and harsh in the way we think of it, and we don't want to pass that on to our kids, and this is a boring, hard day, but it's good for you, so grin and bear it. How can a child glorify God? How can an 8-year-old glorify God on Sundays? And I think a couple of things are pretty clear. One would be to help our young people understand that this is the day that God has made for us. And while they don't get to do everything they did on their other days, perhaps, and that kind of maybe is the big thing that they see, what I don't get to do, we can, if we're careful, point out that the day really is much more about what you do get to do. We do get to stop work. We do get to focus our hearts on the one person that is infinitely satisfying, the one person that deserves all of our love, the one person that following Him is happiness. So we want to help them to see that. We want to model it ourselves in the way we approach the day, where they see that we are happy to fill a day with the things of the Lord. But for a child, what can they do? Well, they can do that in a way. They can be helped to treasure up the things they're hearing about God, especially as they come together with their families and at church, and they hear God described. Even if our child is not yet a believer, they can lay up kindling in their soul. And as we, as the parents, pray that God would send the spark and regeneration, new life would, catch those great truths on fire. They can gather it, they can guard it, they can, talk with us at lunch or at home later in the day. What did you learn? How can you live on that? And they can be grateful. It isn't a day where God is stealing all the best stuff from them. It is a day where God is taking away from us the clutter, the secondary stuff, to give us something better.